Hello everyone, you're welcome to this video tutorial session. This is Daniel Alumba, Danny Praise Graphics. In this video tutorial, I'll be showing us how to use the design tools in PixelLab, or better put, understanding the interface of PixelLab. That is, I want to introduce us to the PixelLab app, right? The PixelLab application. So trust me, this PixelLab application, it's a very amazing application that you can use to design wonders and amazing jobs, amazing works you could do with it if you know your way around it. So that's the main reason why I want to show you, so you can know how to make use of the tools, how to use them efficiently and effectively. All right, let's get started. Now, the PixelLab application has many versions. It has many versions. Like it has many, yeah, it has many kinds. So, but nevertheless, anyone you happen to stumble upon, it's still virtually almost the same thing. Like the interface are the same, nothing really changes in the interfaces. The tools, all the tools are still there, all the tools are still complete, no matter the pixel lab you handle. All right, so yep, let's begin. Now, this is always the okay. Let me exit the pixel lab and open again. Okay, I've exited now. So I'm opening again. Mine is PixelLab Ultra. That's the version of mine. But like I said, okay, they're asking me if I want to know. Now this is the default mode of the PixelLab. My own. This is the default background. You get the, or should we say the default template, right? Like I said, PixelLab has different versions. The one you might tend to come upon, it may not have this same background. You get this default template, so it's all fine and good. Now, firstly, you know this is default, right? This is default, the background. PixelLab has some default templates already in it. As you can see, anyone I want to use, I just tap. You get, so from here I can still edit. You see, right? Some of the things I edited, some of them are locked, right? I could still edit and make use of them, right? You see, so I could work out from here. So it has different templates. See, that's different templates already that came with the app. These are already made templates. You could just begin to create something with them. Yeah, I believe we're seeing this, right? So okay, this is the last one. So these are all the templates that came with mine. You get, so back to default. That's that for template. Now, this my project. If you just creating if you're just downloading PixelLab and you haven't used it for any job at all, this particular icon won't appear. It would appear only after you've done a work before with PixelLab and saved it, right? So I'm going to show us in a moment how you can save your work as project. You get how to save your project after working. Okay, so let's move to this now, the next icon. Under this next icon, we have the text and the quote, right? You see, you could, okay, let me go cancel, let me delete this. Right, I want to delete, just tap there, delete, then delete. So let's just type in something, PixelLab, right? So you see now, just centralize, right? So I want to change the font. I'm still going to teach us all this right away, so just allow me to do my thing for the now. Okay, so let's just use this font, change the color to, yep. Okay, So yeah, so that's the text, and you also have the code. Under this code, there's a lot of code you could work with, right? You get, there's a lot of code to work it. Okay, I like this one. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. Right? So you see, you can just get as much as many code as you want. You can get as much as many code as you want for your design. Yes, yes, yes. You can. So okay. All right. So that's that for this. Any code at all. There's a lot of codes you can just take up and use them to create something. You get. Now this, okay, for English language. This is if you want to set the language, right? You see, as I choose French, the language has changed to French. So, but we use English. This is English. Now, under the section of quotes, that's the theme. These quotes are based on motivation. If you want to choose quote based on success, see quotes based on success. These are quotes based on success. You want to choose more, anyone, this inspiration, anyone at all you pick, you'll see it's absurd. All right, so that's that for that. All right, so straight up, we have the, okay, let me briefly speak on this. The text, once you're making use of a text, and once you've highlighted it, right? Okay, before we come to that, let me explain all this. Yeah, let me be done explaining all this. So the next icon, right? This icon here, once you tap on it, we have stickers, right? You see, there's a lot of stickers you could use. You could just get some images here, and you know, you could just get some images here. So there's a whole lot you could do here, right? There's a whole lot. There's a whole lot. So you could, let me just leave this here. So there's a lot of stickers. You see this Nike logo, the PixelLab logo, stickers, all these, like I said, depending on the version of PixelLab you are using, though, different versions has different stickers, right? So there's a whole lot of stickers for you to pick and choose from, right? You can see that. So that's that for stickers, right? Anyone at all you want to use, you just highlight, you make use of it. So I'm going back now. Now we have import. This import, you can use it if you want to, send in any image, your background, or any element at all you want to send into your, into your work, your design project. You see? Okay. So what I did, right? So that's for import. I can import as much as anything you want at all to send into here. You could import a clip art, you could import an image, anything at all. You could import a background. See, right? Now, okay, by the way, if you observe, when want to import something, right? Now, this place, before you import, you could actually change the shape you want it to appear in, right? This is if you want to rotate. If you want to rotate it, right? See, this is you get now. If you want to use the exact shape, the element or whatever you have importing came with, right? So this is if you want to work on it. If you want to work on the edges, probably reduce and all that. But if you don't want to work, once we locked it, those icons that made it adjustable removed, right? So you see now, that's how it works. This is if you want to make it circle, you want to have a round shape, right? So I believe this is clear. It's clear enough, right? Okay, these two, if you want to change it, if you want to turn it like a reflection, turn it the other way around, like you see that. Okay, so we go back now. Let's just delete this, delete. So yeah, now all right, so welcome back. So up next, what we have is the draw tool. Yes, this draw tool is the next option now, right? So as you can see, under this draw tool we have three set of first icon. That's if you want to undo, return back. This is if you want to set the size of the pen, you get. So let's just okay, let's do this now. So this, yeah, so I wanna, now this is if you wanna, this is the size you want to use for the pen, right? So you see, once I tap on it, if I increase the size and I tap, it becomes bigger. Decrease it, I tap, it becomes thinner. Yeah, it becomes more thin, right? The more I increase, the more it's wide. You get. Now there are three ways we could do this line, you get. And now, okay, you have this, the smoothness, how smooth you want it to be, you get, right? So let me just undo, right? You see, so I'm going back, they're all undoing. Now there's a way you could use this. You could use it as fill inside. Once you use it as fill inside, then you draw out and close, it will be filled inside. I don't know, like we saw what I did, right? So you could use it to create random shapes. You could just use it to create abstract shapes for your designs. You just use it. So that's just how it works. You can increase the size of the pen, and right. So you see, right? You could use it and create as much shape as you want. Okay, so that now we also have the dash line. So you see, it's coming as a dash line. You see now, right? So the size, let me reduce the size. So you see, many persons use this a lot. You get now. So you see, that's that for the dash line. So yeah, back. You can also, now it has what we call neon effect. You see, so you get now. This is another way you could use the pen tool, the dual tool, right? Seeing this, right? So that's just that for that. And then we have the blur radius. Let me use this so you get to understand the blur radius. You see, it's blur, unlike this. So the level of blur radius you choose will determine how it will be blur. See, the more I decrease, the more it's becoming less blurry. But if I increase the blur radius, see, becoming more blurry. So you can just use it to create some external effects, some touches, and so that's just it for this, the draw tool, right? So now we have the shape. Now this shape, you can use it to select any shape at all. And once you open the shape, you come here, you tap here, you see some default shapes already, the square, circle, and the rest of them. Any shape at all you want to make use of, you could come here and just use them creatively, right? You see. And now, yeah, so this radius, you can, if you want to work on the side, right, the edge, you could work on the edge, could work on it, could work on the edge, said. See, this is the opacity, right? You could reduce, could increase from here. And this, you want to change the color, giving it. Right, so you're seeing this. It's that easy. This, if you want to add stroke to it, to what you're doing, want to add stroke, this opacity of the stroke, right? So this is also the color of the stroke, right? So you see now, this is the color of the stroke, you're doing. Color of the stroke. So you could just come up with about anything at all you want. You get with this. You could come up with about anything. So that's basically the shape, right? Another thing. Yeah, so you could select color, gradient, and all that. When we get to the color gradient, I'll explain more. Yeah, so if you want to make use of this color and gradient, when you're on color and gradient, you make sure, like when you are working on the shape itself, you make sure you are in the fill color that are close to the shape. Yes, that's the shape's own fill color. Then when you're working on the stroke, you use the stroke color. The stroke has its own color also. I believe this is clear. Now this is the blur radius if you want to make it blur. So I believe it's clear enough. Yeah, should be clear enough. Should be clear enough. This is, yeah. So yeah, so let's go back. All right. Next, now we have the Bezier tool, right? So this Bezier tool, you could use it to, it's there's another video on how to use this Bezier tool, because regard to itself, it's another wonder on its own, and it's something that has its own private tutorial. You get, because there's a whole lot to learn in this Bezier. However, I will say a few things on it in this video. So now on the stroke width, right? See, if you want to increase the stroke, decrease it, and then okay, let's begin from here. This plus, the more I tap plus, the more more of this appears for me to work with. You get, so you see, I can always change color, of course. So yeah, now if you observe, the more I tapped it, the more it was decreasing. So now it's just one. So it's just one. Now this, if I want to copy, so let me change the color to white so we can see what I'm doing. So you can just use it to create any shape you want at all. You understand? You can just use it uniquely to just come up with anything at all you want to create. You get, right? So any part you want to work on, you first tap it and make sure it's on that part before you now begin to work. You understand? Just tap it and make sure it's there. You could also adjust, could also work using, yeah. So anything at all, any kind of shape you could create, using this Bezier tool. You could create a whole lot using this. So let's continue, and then this is, if you tap on minus, you see, like it's removing, like if you want to remove the former shapes you've brought in, right? So now under the Bezier mode, we have three icons. You see, this one works on the edge. If I just touch anywhere, it just joins. This middle one now is if I want to work on them. The edges I've brought out. If I want to work on them, understand? If I want to work on them, and now this last one, if I want to move the entire work, I'd see. Like I said, there will be another tutorial video. There is another tutorial video to explain this whole Bezier tool more properly for understanding. You get that, right? Now this is if I want to reverse my actions. This is if I want to bring my actions, right? The last one, if I want to join. Yep. This is the size. This one works on the size, the scale, the size, and then this is moving. I've explained that. That's for the actions. Now up next we have strokes. If you want to add stroke, of course. Now this is on the edges. If you want it curve or short or this, any of them at all, when it's curved or normal pointed. Now this is the opacity, of course. The opacity level you want to leave it, you use this. This is stroke color. You can change the stroke color too. Right? So that's that for the Bezier tool in this video. Alright, so welcome back. So we just finished looking at the Bezier tool in the last video. So in this video now we'll continue from where we stopped. The next tool will be arrow, the arrow tool, right? Yeah. So this arrow tool is not really often used. Just an added feature to make everything look more amazing. You get, that's everything about PixelLab. So this, if you want to work on the size, and you could make it short or long. You could also make this head bigger. You could make the head bigger, make it bigger, or shorter. You could make it longer or shorter. As for that, for the head, and then the various sizes of arrows you could use. See the second one, various kinds. This one has 2-pointer at both edge. So yeah, so you could make it bigger. The begin arrow size you could just adjust, increase or reduce. Now see this also. So yeah, just like I said, just an added feature until you want to do with it, right? So it's a different. You can increase, you could decrease, anything you want to do with it. So see these two. Then the opacity level, work on it, and then the color. Get that, right? Let's just leave it here. So yeah, up next, we finished explaining the tools here that are in this stored layout here, third icon here in the layout. So up next, the next tool, the layout. So we have this, anything you're doing here would have its effect at the background. That's, you get the background, and most time before you begin your design, you have to work here. As a matter of fact, not just this last two works for the background, the main background. That's the image layout or your design layout, or your design paper layout, the background. Right, so just watch now. This color, if I tap, see, it changes the color of the background. You see, right? You see, you can use gradient also. Stand now. So let me talk on this color tool here. Alright, let me talk on the color tool here. Now for the color tool, you can select any color you want, the default colors, any color at all you want to use. And then when you tap this plus sign, now you see you could select color from here to any part you touch. You could just any color at all you want to use, you could just pick from here, from this circle, this color circle. Or then this is the color picker tool. You could, if you have an image imported, you could select color from it. Let me show us what I mean. Let me import something now. Let me just import this and let's see. So yeah, back to the color. Now tap on this plus sign, of course. Let's say I want to pick color from that. You see now that image we just imported has appeared. So if I want to pick color from it, I just tap on it. Now the color picker begins to search. You see, any area I put the color picker tool, it detects the color, right? It detects the color here. So just look there, right? You see the preview of the color there. So let's say I want to use this. I choose this and just tap on good. Okay, so you see now, tap on okay. So we've used the color. You see now the color we just picked from this image. Now we've used it. So let me delete. I believe we've got that, right? Let's go back to our initial color. Yeah, so yeah, and now yes, so we have these are the three shades of the color. This one deals with the saturation of the color. This deals with the saturation. That's the hue, the color tone. For it to be more saturated, you drag to the extreme and the right. If you want it to be less saturated, take it back, right? You see now. So this one now deals with the lightness or darkness. You understand? This deals with the light contrast of the color, light contrast of the color. While this is the transparency, this deals with transparency. You get, if I decrease, it becomes less transparent. Increase, becomes more transparent. You get now. So that's just what this three tool works for basically. Now this second tool here, that's with the color pick tool. This one now is if you want to select, you want to put in your color code. If you know the color code for whatever color you want to use, you can just type it here. Once you don't type in, let me try something. 454432. Let me see. Okay, you see the color code like this. So see, right? So this is the color. This 454432. This is the color for it. This is the color that has this code. Okay, see the background automatically changes to that color. So I believe that has been gotten. This is our initial background. See the color code here, 03202B, right? So that has been gotten. Okay, so now under gradient, gradient, the default gradient colors already. So but we could also create ours. Now let's tap on the plus icon. Now this gradient had different presentations, different displays of whatever. Okay, let me use a template gradient here. Okay, should I use this? Okay, let's see this. Now these different presentations, anyone you tap, the gradient would appear in that way, right? You see. So it all boils down to what you want. You could just use it different way. Now if you want to work on the colors of the gradient, now see this first, these two icons, that what you use to work on the colors. If you want to work on this color now, so let's tap on this. Let's say want to work on this, I tap on it, then I tap on this color pick tool here, right? So let's say I want to use this. So let me make it dark. Okay, and then I tap on this, and let's say I want to pick color from here. So I just use this and make it a little bit darker. Now let's say I want to use this. Now I want to take this blue up and bring this one down. I have to do is this icon here that has a greater than and less than together. I just tap on it, right? Wow, this is a very beautiful gradient combination though. Very beautiful gradient combination. Love it. Right, so you see, right? So you could also, so anyone would tap, it comes with that presentations, these two, right? You get. So anyone at all, anyone at all. So now another thing to note is you could add more, gradient slides, or what should I call them? More gradient options. So you could include colors. I can put in another color here, of course. Put in another color. Right, you see, you can add as many as you want, as many colors as you want. Just know what you're doing, Sha. So yep. So this is, let's say this plus is for adding, minus is for removing. You get, right? So that's easy. That's easy. Okay, welcome back. So let's continue. This is introduction to PixelLab, right? Understanding the design tools in the PixelLab application, and we are still in the gradient, understanding the gradient, right? So this I've already explained it. If you want to pick a color, pick a color to that. Okay, think that's all for now. Okay. So let me just go back. Let's go back to our background. The background we were using before. Yes, this was the background. All right. So yeah, let's use this. So I've explained the color too. Now this transparent is the background. If you want to make it transparent, let's say you were designing a logo, and then you want to save a logo version that would have a transparent background, right? So that's what you're going to use. This transparent tool is what you're going to use. Tap on transparent, right? See, the background now is transparent. Transparent means there is no background. It's a P. If I save this now, it would automatically be saved as a PNG. It doesn't have any background, right? So this image size now is if you want to set the size for whatever design you're creating. So but the normal square paper size is, the width is 1080, yeah, by 1080. This is the normal square paper size, right? Okay, so and then we have the preset custom. See, custom square. This if you want to set, if you want to make use of the presets that are here, right? Square. This is profile picture square. Google cover photo. You see the size is changing. YouTube thumbnail. See, size is changing. Twitter header size. So you see that, right? Profile picture square, normal one. So let's give this color back, right? Now, okay, crop. Nothing is being cropped here. It's being cropped. Now this image is, these are default images. It came with PixelLab. If you want to use them for your background, understand, you could sure use them. Yeah, you could use them. See, any of them at all you want to use. Now this is from now this is if you want to import a background. Probably the background you want to use, you want to import it, you downloaded the picture, or photo, anything outdoor, and you wanted to use it for your background, so or you wanted to add it to the background, you just tap here from gallery. It automatically take you to your gallery. You can import whatsoever. So let's say I want to use this. You see, it automatically becomes the background. I believe this is clear enough. So go back now. Yeah, that's from gallery, and this from camera. Of course, if you want to snap or use a background from your camera. Yeah. So the last two now here. So one is to rotate. This is the vignette. If you want to add vignette, could change the color of the vignette, right? Change the color and the alpha. This is like the opacity, you get. So it's enable. Okay, if you want to add the noise effect, you see, can add it and keep it on the low key or enhance it, anyone at all. So this is stripes. Yep, for now stripes to do design, and this one works on this one is like the repeat of the stripes. If you increase it, the stripes will become much. If you decrease it, it will be lesser but bigger. Here it becomes much but smaller. Here lesser, bigger. So anyhow you want to use it. See, it's like the opacity to alpha. So let's just leave this at 10 and leave this at 5. Okay. So yeah, we have the brightness. Of course, you want to work on the brightness of the background. Hope you've taking note that all what we're doing now for now is on the background. All what we are doing under this tool, everything is for these last two icons is for the background. See, its effect is only on the background. Okay, now we have contrast, so that's it. And we have who, change the color to who. See that, right? So if you create an effect that you want to undo it, just tap here. See, this icon would automatically undo the effect. That's what I did, Abby. Undo. Yeah. So this saturation, of course, if you want it more saturated or less saturated, you make use of this icon. Alright, so that's that for that. Yeah, so that's that for the background tools. Now, so let's begin to explain the icons that is found at the top. Now this plus icon. Sorry guys, so tap on the plus icon. Now you see options we have under there: the text, current date, sticker, shapes, from gallery, and draw. Right, once you tap on text, you can also bring out text too from here. So you could bring out text from here. You could also bring out delete. You could also bring out from here. See that, right? So that's how it's done. If you want to put in a new text, so let me delete this. And now the next is the current date. Like if you need the current date, like this is today's date. So at the time this video is being done, 8th of, okay, yeah, 10th of, I think this should be 10th of August 2022, something like that. That's what it means. So this is the date. So delete. Now stickers too. You see, from here too we can get to the stickers option from here. Delete. Also shapes too. You could bring out the shape option from here. Now I've explained this shape before. Yeah, amazing shapes you could get here. Explained it before. Amazing shape could be seen here. Now Okay, from gallery too, just like what this one does here. The from gallery here, this from gallery here too is also the same thing. Sorry, it's also the same thing from gallery, right? See, could import anything from gallery here. You get, but now this from gallery here, through the from gallery here, it works like import. So this one will not necessarily go to the background. You will have to do what you want to do with it. You will decide where you want it to stay. Okay, all right, so let me delete this. Then the next, the draw tool. Of course, I've explained this before, so you can reach out to the draw tool through that place. Now this next icon, sorry, I have to still find a way to tap that icon. Now is where we see the save as project and save as image. If I want to save as project, I come to save and as project, tap on it, give it a name. Let's just title it Introduction to PixelLab. Okay, saving done. And once you come to my project, you can see it. See the past project I saved. Don't mind me, I don't have time titling all this, so I just give them a title, just typing something else there. So this introduction to PixelLab, right? The project we just worked on. So they're asking me, are you sure you want to open the project? And because will be lost, so open it. If we opened it, so this is the project, we've saved it, and that's why it's here. Alright, now under this project, you can also save as PLP file. Okay, this is depending on how you want them arranged. Okay, date descending, name descending. Nope, got that. So if one is as PLP, you save, you just save it. So in case you want to share it to another person that's using PixelLab. So once the PLP file is there, you can make use of it. It's like the editable template. Yeah, so okay, moving on. Sorry. Yeah, that's the icon I'm tapping on. The next one is save as image. Now if when you want to save, always make sure, okay, for the image format you can use PNG or transparent. Me, I prefer using PNG. Under the dimensions, always save as ultra for the quality. Oh, sorry, man, is mistakenly tapping somewhere else. Always save as ultra under the dimensions, and then you save. If you want to save, you tap here, it automatically save. See, if I go my gallery now, I'll see this very image. Now if this is if you want to share to WhatsApp and all that, Telegram, and to your friends. Okay, so now this one too is if you want to share too. If you want to save, share. This is what the icon works too for. This is the quote. We've checked the quote, right? This is another easiest way to reach out to the quote. Now, yeah, use image from gallery. If you want to import any picture from gallery, you can tap here. Now let's say you just finished a design and you just want to see the full screen of the design. You could come here and tap full screen, and now all you will have is just the design. It's time just the design. So let me tap go back. Everything has come back. Sorry, let me redo. All right, so yes, that's that for full screen. Use image from camera, same thing. Export image. When you're done, if you want to save, you can also save through here to export image, but it's much easier using these icons here. Alright, now we have contact us. As for PixelLab tutorials, as if you want to watch some tutorials on how to use their app, you get now. So now this will cover how to save. So let's say, for example, you are working on a particular project and all of a sudden it appears to be missing, or you just lost the file and everything just crashed. You can always recover the template by tapping on, or the project by tapping on recover autosave. Anytime you are designing with PixelLab, it automatically saves it automatically saves your progress. So it is always certain that you would have something to save. You'll be able to recover your project from here. Like, let's tap on this now. So you see, this was my progress then. So, but if we tap on the recent one, okay, tap on the recent one, which is this now. It would see the time 12:43. So you see, so you can always recover your last project using this recover autosave. You can continue from where you stop. So don't allow your file to get lost and you now begin to start all over again. Rather than starting all over, you could always come here and recover your last file. Now this is if you want to open your PLP file. So that's that, and about and exit. Okay, this was the creator of this PixelLab. Alright, so next, right, this is the undo icon, undo button. The way this works, you must be on a particular element before it would work. So we just have to highlight something. Let's highlight this one now. Hello everyone, welcome back. So in the last video, I just taught on the recover autosave. I just explained that. So yeah, we'll be looking at the redo. So let's say I do something with this now. Let's say any element at all you're highlighting, if you want to increase the size of it, you tap here and drag. 400 degrees, you still take it inside. You get now. This is if you want to rotate. You can always rotate here. Right? That has been copied. So same for this too. Okay, this one has adjustment on sides. So all these actions I just did now, if I want to redo them, I just tap here, redo. So you see that, right? I've just done everything. So PixelLab has undo, not redo. Sorry, this is the undo tool. It's the undo. PixelLab has undo, but it doesn't have redo. It's the undo. Now this plus icon is if you want to zoom. So if you want to zoom in, you tap on the plus icon and then just tap on the screen and take it inside. Drag. If you want to zoom out, stand. So another way you could do it, once it's inside, once you want to zoom back, just tap on the number to take it inside. Exactly. Zoom out, tap on the number to take it inside. So let's say you want to work on something and you want to see it. It requires you zooming. You can zoom, work. After your work, you zoom out, or better still, tap here. Alright, so now these rows, this is used if you want to work on your alignment and make sure your work is well aligned, right? You can use this as line. Okay, you could use this. So this one now, just use it to align our text and element and everything. Align. So I've made it left aligned. It's PixelLab. I want to increase the size. Let's increase the size. I don't want. So you can use the position tool. I will still explain this. We're getting there. Right, so I've made all this to be aligned. Okay, I'm still even getting here. Alright, and you can also activate this. Once you activate this, it automatically directs the alignment position of the text or whatsoever you are aligning. Yeah, so it automatically directs it. Yeah. Okay, so let me remove it, and then if I want to add up more lines, this is the number of horizontal guides. If I want to add up 5, see, it becomes 5. This is the position. So that's that for that. Then yeah, so you could use it to align. Let's say I just want to so let's say I just need just one. I want to work with one. I could come here and just come here and just put 1. Then the 0. Oh, sorry, it should be the other way around. 0, 1. Alright, so let's say I just want to work with this. So I just tap here and just do my thing the way I want. Understand that, right? So that's that for that. Okay, now this is like an overview of all the elements you have in your paper, your design layout. Secret of getting ahead. It's getting started. All the shapes we've brought out so far, see them here. If I add up another thing now, you see it there. Let me add up another thing, you will see it there now. Just type cool. Change the font. Take it back. So okay, so yeah, this, right, you see the code now. So if you want to adjust things, you could adjust it here too. Let's say I want this thing to be at the back of the code, this shape, just take it at the back. You see, the code now comes first. It's now at the front. You see, right? To just adjust it, you tap here, you just drag, bring them at the back. That's copied. So I want it to be at the front. So it's not at the front. Yeah. Now, yeah, another thing you could do, you could merge up elements together. To merge, you come here, you tap here, and then you just, let's say I want to merge all these elements together. I mark, and then tap here. Asking, are you sure you want to merge? I say, okay. See, all of them have been merged together, right? See, they've all been merged together. You see, so they have become a single element. I can do whatever I want with all these details. You see now, because they have become a single element. Let me undo my actions. Yeah, so okay, I've merged, I've undo my actions. Now, yeah, another thing, okay, this is if you want to take it in, you want to drag it out, take it in. You want to adjust this layout, right? Now, another thing you could also do after marking, you can work on two elements at once. Once you mark, or 3, or as many as you want to. Once you mark,
You tap here, and then let's say I want to rotate. You see, the angle is rotating. All of them at once. All of them at once. I'm rotating them. So you see now. So also, so I want to work on the this one is on the size. Those are only the icons I marked, or only the elements rather I marked are adjusting, decrease, increase. So that's for that. Let me undo. You could also, this is the second one. If I want to delete them, if I tap delete now, see that have been deleted. Undo. I could also, but take note, you must select something before you effect anything. You observe, immediately I opened it and tap here, I was told I haven't selected anything. So you have to select something, right? Let's say now, also, this one is the relative side where I want to place them together, right? See, the middle. Do also we have is if I want to hide them. See, that's right. Also, if you watch each of them at the sides too, they have icons. So let's say I want to lock all these icons now, because anytime you're designing, you might want to be touching and be moving all those things. So to avoid them moving up, like moving out of their proper alignment, you can just come here and lock all of them. See, once I lock a particular element, it can't be moved again. You see, it can't be moved because it has been locked. If I release, it's not moving. So you can always lock, except you want to come and readjust that particular element, then you unlock. So I lock all of them now, and they're not moving, they're just there, stand permanently. So yeah, this is also the lock. You can lock from here too. But from here, it's as many as I touch that I can lock. So you get now. So that's that for that.
Okay, hello everyone, welcome. Right, so last video we finished explaining this particular icon that houses all the elements, or shows us all the elements that has been used so far in the design layout. All right, so now I want to continue. Let's continue. We're almost done explaining the interface, right, for the tools. Now let's explain the tools you would get when a text is being highlighted. So now this text is highlighted. Under styles, you could save the style of this text, right? So let's say I save this. They say save the current text as a new style. Save. Now if I want to check the style, come here, browse. This is default samples that has been saved. Under my style, see this sample instance. So if I want us to use this text for something else, I could always save as style and use. You understand? So let's say I create particular effect on this. Let's just check something. Let's check something. Okay, when we get there, I would explain that. So that's for style. You can save your text as styles. Any particular effect you like or font, and you still want to use it for another design, you could always save and use it later. Yeah, so that's that. Now we have edit. Once your text is highlighted, you tap on edit. So you can always tap on edit, or if you observe, once the text is highlighted, so these two icons appears. Let me remove it. You see PixelLab. Then once I tap on it, two icons appear here. So you could use them. This is if you want to edit, right? This is edit. This is copy. It's copy. This is
size, and size. This is angle rotating. Yeah, this is to front, to back. This is color. You can just do a couple of things to the text at once here. Just once it's highlighted, right? So that's that for that. So now you could edit. Tap here, you edit. If you want to change the name, the text. So just put, let's put something different. Let's put design. Sorry. Alright, so yeah, this is it, and then this is delete, of course, undo. Yeah, now this is copy. We've checked all that. Copy. You can copy as many as you want. Now this is to front. I'll take it to front, take it to back. So let me import an image, see, so we could get to see how to understand this to front and to back. Yeah, so let's say we're using this guy now, this cartoon image. See, the cartoon image is front. That's why that's okay. We can always lock. Remember why that design is back. Okay, let me open that. See, so we could always take it, we could always bring it to the front. You see now, right? It can always be at the front. You get, we'll take it, or we take it back. Either ways, any of them goes. We work, it's fine. Right? So we see that it's as easy as that. Yeah, just as easy as that. So that's for to front, to back. Right? Yeah. So this position tool now, if you want to move the text or whatever element, you want to move it bit by bit, just this move by on the moving speed. Stand. See, as I reduced it was moving slowly, but when I increased it, it was moving very, very fast. It was adjusting. This is for the sides, this is upwards. If you want to move it upwards, if you want to move it downward. This right side, left side. That's gotten right. Okay, now we have relative position. This is if you want to centralize your work, you could tap here. When you put it at the middle at that particular level, but if you want to centralize it completely, you tap here. You also tap this one, middle. So it's at the middle, exact middle of this paper layout. That's where that text is now. Is you want to put it at the side, at the edge. You see. Got that right? Any edge at all you want to put it. Alright, so let's just leave it here. Now let's hide these other ones. So I believe we are seeing what I'm doing. I'm just want to make the whole design rhyme with everything here. Alright, so we just take this to the back and then move. Alright, so or better still, let me bring it to the front. It's best this way. So moving on, yeah, that's relative to centralize your text or whatever thing you're actually highlighting. So now this is the text size, of course, how big you want it, how small. So you can always increase or reduce the text size, increase or decrease the text size. So let's just leave it at 1/5. Yes. Then this italic, if you want to make it to move at the left side, if you want to make it to be at the right side, so we do. That's for the padding. Now the next one, color. Of course, we've checked this several times by now. You know it. Color. Now under this selection, right, I want to show something important here. Right, under the selection, you can change some part of the text, the color. Let's say I want to change this SI. I'll just highlight that part and tap on the color I want to use. See, that particular color changed. Get that right? So you see that right? Any part I highlight, if I highlight all of them, it will change. See that right? So that's that for that. For color, in that selection, remember, so I want to change DE, right? That's that for color. Now texture. So let's say I want to import something into this design now. This text as texture, I want to import a background or something. This texture tool is what I'll use. Tap on texture and then you open, check download. So I look for okay, let's just import this background into it. See, yeah, so you see it even rhymes with the whole concept. All right, so here now you can adjust the scaling from here. You can adjust the scaling from here. You could also adjust it using the ratio. Right, see this, right? See the ratio. So I just adjusted it both ways. I adjusted something, so you see now. So that's that. If you want to delete, tap here, delete. If you want to select another one, tap on this icon, this gallery icon. On that one, texture selected. So you see that, right? Okay. Now we have opacity. Of course, we know this too by now. If there is any shadow and you want the opacity to affect the shadow to you, enable the shadow and work. So this is rotate. We know rotate by now. Okay. This is mask. Yeah, if you want to cut some part and just create something with it, you can using this tool. So watch out for more videos on how to use these mask tools anyway. So this mask tool is it's like the Bezier tool, right? It works like the Bezier. So you can just use it to work out anything you want. Cut out your text, come up with creative things. Okay, and then yes, we just explain texture, opacity, rotate, mask. Now, okay, back. Next is font, right? So now under the font we have the font library. This part deals with the font that came with my phone. Actually, font that came with this PixelLab. These are the default fonts here. Under my font, these are the ones I imported. And these are the recent file I used. So the recent file is for my font. These are them, and you could see these fonts I've been using, the Leo font, right? Now let's say you want to import fonts right into PixelLab. You could use these two icons here. This first one is if you want to import your font into the font library, and you just want to import the font itself, the font zip file. So all you have to do is to locate where the font is saved in your phone. Mine is saved in the font file folder. So once I type on font, okay, ask me if I want to add selected. Oh, sorry. So I tap here. I tap on font. Since there's lots of fonts, I have to give it time to load. So these are the fonts. So anyone I select can just add. You get now. I have this font already, so there's no need adding them again. But anyone I touch now and select, and I tap add, so they have automatically entered now. So now this other icon is if I want to add the folder of the font instead, the whole folder. So that this font now is done now. Let's go back. I want to add this folder that houses that font. See now. So if I just tap on that add directly, it will just add it. It's done now. If I tap on add directly, it will add it, but it's already there. Yeah. So there'll be another short video. Anyway, there's another short video that will talk on how to install and how to download and install fonts into your PixelLab fonts library. Yeah, so these are those fonts I've installed and downloaded so far. These are the ones that came by default with the application. Now this is if you want to search for any name of font at once, rather than if you have lots of fonts, once you know the name, just come here search, rather than you see Montserrat is out, rather than you scrolling. Once you know the name of the font you want, just come here and you search it. You would see it as any font at all. See that, right? Show, cancel. I think that's that for that. Right, so that's that for font. Next we have the style. This works on this bold. B presents bold, I presents italics, which is underlined. So I could highlight the part I want this thing to work on. Since I could do just these two and leave the rest. So just depending on what you want, right? You see now, I could just underline just this. See that, right? So anything at all. So how you work on that. That's for the style. Okay, now this is the next one is curve. See that, right? The curve, the bend downwards, the bend upwards. So either ways you want it, could use. So I just let me bend. So you observe one immediately I applied the bend tool, right? The line removed. the line I got from this tie is removed, which means you can't do both together. Yeah, unless you do that first, and then you can still come here and think apply it. Okay, only bold works. Okay, bold and italics. See that, right? So now background. If you want to give the text a background, right? See that. This is if you want to work on the right padding. Let me give it another color so what I'm doing can be seen well. Left, left, right, right, see right. Now if you want to work on the top, you could reduce to increase. Reduce bottom to reduce. See that, right? Alright, so yeah, stopped here. So I could use a color, I could use a background, a gradient background actually. Anything at all I want to use. So let's just okay, this was the one I used before, right? Let's pick a color from his clothes and just flow with it. Yeah, let's just flow with this. Though it's close to white. And then this is okay. I've showed us how to adjust this here. This is the radius. The radius is if you want to adjust the edge, the sides. You can see the size is curved now. Let me reduce the text. See what I'm talking about. See the sides, right? Top and bottom. Right, so this is the radius. You see, right, the edges. It's working on them. If you want it curved or normal, sharp edge, not curved. So that's that for that. Let me remove it. Let's get back to our beautiful guy. So I think around 150. Yeah. Now up next you can align. Okay, let me remove this curve too, I think, so we can know what we're doing. Remove that curve for the now. So you can left align, middle align, and right align the whole thing. Let me make it more understandable. Let me add another text so understand the aligning. Sorry, I want to reduce the text of this. Now this is left align. See, middle align, right align. Right. See that, right? So, and then the spacing. See, on the space just the letters. If you want to space the words itself. So you see the texture effect inside is, it's being worked on. So that's that for spacing, and then we have the line spacing. Turn now. So when using this, make sure you use it well and make sure the space you have between your text lines are moderate. Okay, so that's that and that. That's that for line spacing, and then we have stroke. Could always add your stroke. give it whatever color you want. Yeah, I think I love this. So let's leave it at 20. Centralize. Yeah. So okay, I think we could use the middle. Yes, let's use the middle. Sorry. Middle relate alignment. So you could always adjust the line spacing. Alright, so yeah. So that's that for that. And then the next one is shadow. See, so you can give your shadow any color you want. Could reduce the opacity. Yeah, so once it detects, always make sure you reduce the opacity and the blur radius too. Could increase or decrease. So let's just leave it at 10. This outer glow, if you want to still make it glow the more, so you can always work on this. That's the offset. You can regulate the position of the shadow. Yeah, so but let's work with this. Yeah. And then we have inner shadow. Since we used a used a texture already, right? So this inner shadow can work on the blur radius. You can also adjust. So let me remove the stroke and show us something. This inner shadow, you can change the color to this is a light version of red. So see what's happening, right? So you can just use it to give it more special effect, make it look more. You can make it look more interesting. You can blur it also. You can use white, any color at all. So just take your time and make sure you come up with a good job. Yeah, okay, let me remove it. A good effect rather. Alright, so the next one is emboss. Now this emboss tool, if your phone is more than 2 GB, 3 GB, that's the RAM memory, it tends to be cracking at some point. You get, depending on the text size. At some text size it would be good, some text size it would crack. Let's just see how to get it at the good size. So I can so let me just show us. Now this is the light angle. You can work on it. The intensity, how intense you want it to look. This is the ambient light. This hardness. So this is hardness, yeah. And then this is bevel. You see, each of these icons or tools has different effects on the text. Right? See that. Now I have a solution to this breaking of text. So as the text is break now, let's say I want this size, and yet I want it to be good. So all I have to do is this. Let me work on the line spacing. Now, so let's import a shape. Let's import a shape and just make it very small. Put it anywhere. Okay. So we take that shape to the back, and then this is the shape we just imported. We're gonna merge it with the graphic design. We'll merge them together. Just watch it would come up now. So okay. Oh, sorry. Since I didn't work on it well. So let's take it to the front. Yeah. Let's take it to the back and see. Okay. Oh, it's still breaking. Alright, okay, I'll just create another tutorial for that. It seems to be disturbing here. Alright, so yeah, so this, let me remove that. Okay, so alright. So on the test now, I've taken this to the back. Now it's perspective. Perspective works on the view of the whole text or element you are adjusting. So the perspective will be changed. See that, right? So you can just adjust your work, the perspective, using that. Is undo. You can adjust, can make it just appear the way you want. That's the perspective. Alright, so and then we have 3D rotate. Get that right? You can rotate it the way you want. Yeah. Then the 3D text. See, this 3D text also breaks. Right? It also breaks in in bigger smartphones with large RAMs. So if your phone is a 2GB phone, or phone with small RAM, it would work. It won't definitely break. So let's try out what I was trying before and see. Let me give this in another color. Imagine both. Okay, you see, right, everything has merged together. We've been able to successfully merge it together, right? You see, and it now shows well, right? So yeah, so that's just what you do in case you're working on this and it kind of breaks. You work using that. Okay. Hello everyone, welcome back. So let me show us again how to solve this breaking of text issue when you apply 3D effect and the emboss effect. So once this has been applied and highlighted, you go take a shape and let's just give it color red, and then you drag, make it very little, and just take that shape to the back. Alright, so now we would want to merge both together now. So highlight, mark, and we merge. Let's give it some time. The margin. Okay, so you see, right? It's no longer breaking. So that's for the 3D effect. Let's take it to the back. And then let's do something here. Under the 3D, okay, the 3D shape has already been affected, so yeah. So but before you merge, just make sure you do everything you want to do on the 3D effect, because once you merge it, you've made it another element entirely. So if I want it to be very long, I leave the depth, see the color. If I want to change the color, but I just want to leave it auto. If I want to use gradient too, it's the darkening. If I want to make it more dark or more light to this place, I would work on that. Now this rotation also, if I want to rotate it, she does that for that one. And then we have the stimulation lighting. Okay, it's on, and the angle, how I want the lighting to go. See that, right? The light angle, the intensity of the light, shadow, spectacular hardness. Alright, so okay, that's that. Now we have the 3D shadow. I could give it shadow, change the color of the shadow also. So but tools like this are less used for design. And don't make the mistake, as a newbie, don't make the mistake of wanting to put all the whole elements in a design, wanting to use all the whole tools. No. Matter of fact, the lesser tool you use, the more you come up with a good design. Because I know some design is a design that is simple, right? So you don't have to make your design complicated, just keep it simple. Let me copy that, right? Okay, so now the reflection thing. Okay, see now, this reflection. You can adjust the reflection too. Okay, and so on and so on. Okay, let me merge. Let me merge it again. Let me bring in the shape I want to merge it with. Take it to the back. Come here, tap here, and I merge both. Okay, confirm. Okay, so thank guys to back. Thank guys for watching. Thank guys for staying through. Okay, we've come to the end. We've successfully explained how to use all the tools. Virtually, I touched every tool and icon in the PixelLab. So we're done. Thanks for watching. Thanks for staying through. So go explore, take out your own time, study the tools, and check out how you can use them in your own unique way to create beautiful designs. Yeah, see you at the top. Thanks for watching. Bye.